And we're ready to go after the review. Ramirez sends it over. Tulsa, outside hit, rocketing down. Too far, though, for number 21. Olivia Vance gives ACU the tiebreaker.
Another right idea there by Vance. 2 deep shots in the middle of the court. They want to either go line or that sharp angle and are just missing it to the middle.
Once again, an opportunity to win this first set. Ramirez gets it over. Setup, quick one, down and saved. That one rolls over, but it's out. Tied up once again.
Great pass there to start it off by Eitler. That was not an easy serve to handle, and she handled it so well. Hip could have gone to anyone that she wanted to. Goes to the freshman middle there just for a little tap down.
Now Lauren Eitler, the senior. Right hand sends it over. Koss gives it up. Gonzalez fires it down, nobody there. And they're gonna call it out, ACU point.
Again, both of these teams are just getting points when it matters most for them, even if it's on the error of the other side. The arms are kind of flailing there. It's kind of a lucky point.
Yeah, they caught a break because nobody was there. Christian would have had to dive for a pretty amazing, spectacular play to save that one. Now ACU with another chance to win this first set. This one barely over, but it does get over. Outside hit, fired back down. It's gonna be Tulsa's point.
I don't know what to say, except it just seems lucky to me. That is such a close call there. That is almost a stuffed block, but just barely goes out of bounds there. I think Vance got caught swinging a little bit too low into that, but it just, again, works out in their favor.
And it just feels like this set means more than just one on the board. Momentum of winning this absolute battle in the first set will mean so much as Tulsa will grab the point as Beaver sends it too long, and you can tell everybody's fired up with Tulsa another chance to win this first set.
Yeah, that's a big shift now. Now Tulsa just needs one more point as opposed to the Wildcats needing one more point. Everything just changes at the end of the first set here.
Well, both teams have had plenty of opportunities to win it, and somehow their opponent comes away with the point. We'll see what happens right here as Christian gets it off. Now Beaver, too much on it, and that will end it. The first set goes to the Tulsa Golden Hurricane, an absolute battle between these two, as ACU will fall 31-29 to Tulsa in the first set. We'll be back with the second set right after this. Defensive back / linebacker for the Gardner-Edgerton defense was the man that brought him down. 2 runs from Reeves on the first 2 downs. We'll see if they go to that again. And instead, they're going to opt for a Reeves pass. He's just going to toss it up in the air. A defender in the area and an interception for Gardner-Edgerton High School. Dominique Tony with the interception past midfield, and Gardner will get the ball back after a turnover on the interception.
Big turnover right there. And with 4 minutes and 54 seconds, they could score again. And they could be up by 2 scores going into the half. That's huge for the Blazers. Big mistake right there by the Lancers.
And it isn't just the Tony interception that's important right there. It starts with the pressure from the defensive line. We already talked about it. But the biggest thing right there was that Reeves rolled out to the right. He might have been thinking about throwing it shorter, but he saw a man and was hit, or at least the pressure coming in on him forced him to just toss it up in the air. That was not a direct throw. That was a looping throw, and it was easily picked off by Tony.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And it looked like he was trying to force something to happen, make something happen, especially with pressure on him, and the defense might have been smart to just throw the ball away.
A score and a turnover puts Gardner-Edgerton with the complete leverage of momentum behind them. Now Powell looking to pass. He has a man deep. It's going to be Chartier who catches the ball, taken down right at the end zone. And we're going to see a touchdown from Tim Chartier. First play from Braven Powell, and he goes deep for the touchdown.
And just like that, Josiah, big turnover, like say. Great ball there by Powell, right in the arms of Chartier, moving down the field. Great spot, great find. And like say, they've been running the ball all game so far. That was kind of a surprise for the Lancers.
Chambers gives it back to Deeds as HCA gets ready for offense. Now Spencer Cook, another 3, and a trifecta from Spencer Cook as third 3 of the night falls. And HCA continues their dominance offensively. Now the ball goes out of bounds, almost unprovoked. Ryder Casper sends it out of bounds. That's HCA ball. 4:57 remaining in this third quarter. HCA just a point away from hitting that 50-point or eclipsing that 50-point mark. Now Spencer Cook with another one. Keep it rolling for Spencer Cook, the fourth of the night. And the second back-to-back possessions with a Spencer Cook three. He's starting to feel himself.
Yeah, rhythm shooter. He is definitely in the rhythm.
Trey Chambers guarded closely as the ball will be knocked away. Baruch Dietz had a hand on it for a second, but it's going to be picked up and scored with Pembroke Shaver grabbing his first basket coming here in the second half. Now Trey Chambers, who is he looking for as Baruch Dietz now gives it back to Trey Chambers. Corner three misses. Spencer Cook hits the ground hard, able to get up by himself. Now it's a 5-on-4 for the Eagles. Auden Schmale thinks about a three instead, hands it off to Schrader. Long three misses, and Baruch Dietz tries to grab it. He was held from behind, but they're going to call it MCA ball.
Yeah, I think they called a foul here. You know what's interesting in a game like this, as an official, when there's such a distance in the margin, a lot of times you have a tendency to swallow the whistle. They didn't there, but I think it'll be interesting to watch the next few minutes of this third quarter to just see if they end up swallowing their whistle because of the distance of between the two teams.
52-22, 30-point lead for the Chargers. Inbounds pass will come from number 15, Brock Nelson, the junior from Maranatha, right under the basket. He's looking for the bounce pass, and he'll get it to Schrader. Schrader immediately double team, still able to go up over Miles Burley and grab his second basket of the second half.
Yeah, you had Chambers on Schrader, definitely a size mismatch there.
Dietz to the lane, kicks it out. Can he do it again? Yes, he can! Spencer Cook on absolute fire right now from the three-point line. Going the other way, Maranatha. A three coming from Shaver. That rims out. Rebound off the backboard, and it's good for Luke Schrader. He's on a roll right now, but nobody's on more of a roll than Spencer Cook as Baruch Dietz will float it in and out of the basket. And it's going to be MCA ball after finally getting a basket without a possession without a Spencer Cook three. Now going up. Basket misses. Cook with the rebound. Trey Chambers got Schrader to beat. He waits patiently, gets the basket. Chambers with all the maturity in the world, even though he is a freshman.
That's exactly the word that I was thinking of. That was such a mature finish right there.
Daniel Dean loses the ball for a moment, picks it back up. Trey Chambers steals it away, but it ends up in the hands of Auden Schmale. Schmale floats it underneath, and a great dish there to Brock Nelson as he floated it under. And it's going to be his first bucket. Trey Chambers bounce pass kicked away, but Baruch Dietz saves it right before it goes out of bounds. Now to Declan Schaaf at the free throw line. Spins around, and an offensive foul will be called as Schrader hits the ground. And that's going to be on Declan Schaaf, who flew into him on the spin move.
You know what's interesting there is we talked about this in the first quarter that Schrader was getting frustrated. He was almost flopping a couple times. That was clearly a flop.
It's going to be Owen Schmale, who picks up his dribble early. Trey Chambers now like, I'll grab it, and Miles Burley will come in, pick it off, bounce pass underneath, Baruch Dietz off the glass, it's good.
Great
what a sequence.
Selfless play right there by Burley. I love seeing that.
MCA going to their way. It's going to be a missed bucket for Pembroke Shaver. Baruch Dietz got one man to beat. It's Dean. He goes with the left hand, throws it up. No good. Offensive rebound. Also no good from Miles Burley as he tried to go back up. And Spencer Cook's going to grab the steal, just put his hands in the air, and it ended up in his basket. Trey Chambers, bounce pass underneath. Declan Schaaf drives in. He's going to look to go off the basket, and it won't fall in as Schrader will grab the rebound. 2 minutes remaining in this third quarter. It's going to be Nelson kicking it out. Three ball. Schrader. No good. Excuse me, that was Shaver. And Miles Burley trying to grab it. This is getting aggressive as people are flying all over the ground. And unfortunately, it feels like some of these are premeditated and a few of these are flops.
Yeah, you got to see that the officials, they recognize things are kind of getting out of hand right.
Nolan Phillips in for St. Thomas, a product from Colorado Springs, Colorado, the junior, coming in a relief in a difficult position as a pitcher, but this is what relievers are built for. He's got a lot on his plate right now. Bases loaded, 3 guys on, and he's got to face the top of the lineup and one of the most talented hitters on this ACU roster in Zant Payne.
Just 2 1/3 innings last year, but 18 ERA in those 2 1/3. 7 walks to 2 strikeouts. Will be interesting to see if he can find his command at 5'7". I'm curious to see how hard he can throw from the right-handed side. A big situation here, opening day.
Product of Palmer Ridge coming into this tough situation where you only have 1 out. Already trailing the Wildcats. You can't give them any more margin that you have to make up. Talk about momentum, though. This Wildcat team looked lost against Olsen out of the start, and now up 2-1, has bases loaded, an opportunity to really blow this game open.
See if the graduate St. Payne can come through here.
Payne with a hit last time up. In the 5th inning, had a single. Gave the Wildcats an RBI. Payne, outside pitch. As Phillips gets ready. Bases loaded. On first is Regala, second is Thompson, and Sam Hardcastle at third base. Phillips kicks and deals, outside pitch. Gives the second ball to Payne, not attacking him. Two-0. Pitch in, and in for a strike. As Phillips able to get it in the zone for the first time. 2 balls, 1 strike, bases loaded for the Wildcats. Zant Payne up to bat. As Phillips kicks and deals a ball that's fouled away to the left side. Evens this count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Good job by Phillips to fight back in to the count, even it at 2. See if he can get a big pitch here to get out of this jam.
Phillips. Cutter outside. And we're going to move to a full count, 3-2. And he seems dialed right now. Phillips not worried about the potential of walking in a run right now. He's going straight at him. Phillips pitch, Payne outside, and he'll head to first base. Walks in a run. The Wildcats on the board once again, as Sam Hardcastle will kiss home and give the Wildcats their 3rd run of the game.
Their 5th walk of the game. Insane plate discipline. That one just outside. He tried to frame it back in. Beresford, that is. But Wildcats claimed their 3rd run, and now they're in that exact same position they were when Payne came up.
Borho outside. Now remember, JT Thompson was put in as a pinch runner. Because of the shift, he's going to get a lot of extra room moving towards home. Swung on and missed. Because the 3rd baseman, Von Schlegel, has to be almost between 3rd and 2nd. He is able to move a lot more and try to get the insurance run for ACU. Against this Tommy's offense that hasn't scored since the 3rd inning. Bases loaded, 1-2 against Borho. Kicks and deals in the dirt. Hesitates is Thompson, but he'll retreat back to 3rd base in fair territory.
Nice stop by Maxwell Beresford behind home plate.
He's been a wall, exception of 1 wild pitch that he couldn't control. It was well over his head. He's stopped everything. 2-2 is our count. Bases loaded. Swung on and missed. Headed back to the dugout will be Borho, striking out with bases loaded.
Yeah, a little conversation between him and Watkins, but that high fastball always looks so good coming out of the hand. Comes in right at your eye level. You really want to swing, but it is so hard to get underneath that pitch in any way, shape, or form. A nice strikeout there for Phillips.
Now 2 outs. It's already given up an unearned run. Be accredited back to Stockman, but Phillips trying to get out of this jam right here. Only responsible for the man on first. One ball. Now a grounder. Has to move to it, misplays the ball on the floor, tries to throw it around, and he's safe at first. A run scores, a misplayed ball from Adam Pooter. What happened here, Kason?
Well, that just feels like a delayed announcer's jinx. We've been talking this entire game about how stellar these defenses are, making non-routine plays look easy. Well, that one not necessarily routine, moving to his left, throws with his right, but just a tough play. Booted it, thought about the throw before the catch, and ACU scores another run.
ACU starting to break this game open, up now by 3 runs in the season opener for both of these teams. The Wildcats leading 4-1 over the Tommies. Base is still loaded. We'll see Nick Arias step into the right-handed box. This one's rocketed up into the air. Sky high, will stay in the infield. Communication, who's going to grab the ball? It's going to be the third baseman, and that will end the inning as Van Schlegel able to grab it, but the damage is done. 4-1, the Wildcats break it open.